So I was watching Sargon of Akkad talk to David Smalley of the Dogma Debate. David Smalley is somebody who pretty much falls under the classification of a social justice warrior, although I would at least say, maybe for his benefit, that he's a benign guy who's getting relatively red-pilled because he's another victim of the left eating itself. And social justice warriors are calling him a rapist, a rape apologist, a rabid anti-feminist. And this is a guy who, and here's the point of this video, at about 35 minutes into his talk with Sargon, I'll link the video in the description, he says, I'm not an anti-feminist, I am a feminist, and then he does the classic thing that is the first stage of grief, sort of, for somebody who's getting red-pilled, who actually was a real social justice warrior, instead of somebody who just, when I came into this shit, maybe I was a progressive, but I had no real concept of feminism under any circumstance. It never overlapped with my life. So I didn't know that there was a, definition of feminism where it's like, oh, the equality of the sexes, because if anybody just come up to me ever and said, are you a feminist? And I'd be like, okay, what's a feminist? And they're like, you believe in the equality of the sexes? I'd say, well, hell yeah, I believe in the equality of sexes. I'm an egalitarian. Okay, I'm a feminist, whatever. But that's not what a feminist is. And so David Smalley had to go into the whole, well, a real feminist is the equality of the sexes person. And, all these people who do all this horrible shit, and they slander people, and they smear people, and they attack people, and they're hurtful and try to ruin my life and shit. Well, they're not real feminists. David. Yes, they are. That's what feminism actually is. See, what David was, we've gone over this, the three feminists. There's the indoctrinated, the actual feminists who are the monsters, the people who are fully aware of what actual feminist dogma is, what actual feminist academic theory is, and have been fully immersed in the pure, unadulterated fucking evil of it, and decided that pure, unadulterated fucking objective evil is good. And those people are real feminists. And then there's people like David Smalley, the third group, useful idiots, have no idea what they're dealing with, and they have no concept of what the fuck they're supporting until it starts biting them and starts trying to eat them. That's what's happening to David, and David still is in that stage of denial. David says, well, I'm a real feminist and they're not. No, David, they're the real feminist and you're not a real feminist. You, David, are an egalitarian. And you, David, are waking up to the fact that feminists are not egalitarian. Feminists don't give a fuck about equality. Feminists are fucking monsters. Welcome to the real world, David. We're the good guys. And you have been palling around with the villains for several years. Now, I know you, according to your own personal morality, did not actually mean anything evil, and probably, I don't know that much about you, didn't do any evil. But David, you were a card-carrying member of the evil squad, and you should stop. David, you are not a feminist. Now, I know that probably doesn't make sense to you now, especially if you ever watch this video and watch it anywhere near the time I make it. I expect in time you will come to realize this fact, that you're not a feminist, and you never were a feminist. David, you're an egalitarian who cares about the equality of human people and the civil rights of human people. Feminism never has. Feminism never will, David. That's why the actual morally correct position is to actually be a rabid anti-feminist. Because these people who are trying to steal your livelihood, to smear you as a rapist, to call you a rape apologist, a monster, who have turned your friends against you because your friends are part of the cult, the monstrous cult of feminism that is not concerned with facts or reality. Yes, David, I know that you're an atheist who cares about what is true. Well, guess what's true about feminism? They don't care about what's true. They only care about the dogma. And how ironic is it? The name of your show is the Dogma Debate, and you're the guy whose position is anti-dogma. David, I'm sorry. I don't say this to make fun of you, but you were a card-carrying member of the dogmatic, evil side of the debate. And I'm very happy for you that that is no longer the case. Welcome to the desert of the real.